Okay, so this is episode 7 of the Poison type only playthrough of Pokemon Yellow. We are in Lavender Town, and I just passed through the rock tunnel and cleared out the Pokemon Tower, basically, barring the top floor. So we are heading west. So let's take on a few trainers here. This is Route 8. And we are going to train up Golbat, I think. So let's see what we can do. So I obviously have I've Pikachu for HM support only. And yeah, I think so. Team Rocket are going to have Saffron out of bounds, so we do need to go underneath or through the underground path. The second underground path to Celadon and take on the gym, and I think there's a rocket hideout as well, so I'm not sure how far I'll get, because we also need to return to the Pokemon Tower. So I think Confuse Ray is a bit OP. I never really use it. Oh, never mind. That just kind of although technically Clefairy could do damage to itself here, so that's not too bad. So I don't think there's many trainers on the way here. It shouldn't be as many as the last episode. There were, yeah, a lot of trainers in the rock tunnel and the Pokemon Tower. But yeah, it'd be nice to have a gym battle in this episode, right? I actually don't know what the type is of Celadon, so that'll be a bit of a surprise, I guess. Right, let's try and do some damage here. I mean, Confuse Ray could be like a huge move in like the Elite Four time frame or part of the game, because some of those big Pokemon, like, all you need to do is just render them useless for a few turns, and like if they damage themselves, I mean, that could be a huge turning point, right? Alright, this is not going great. I mean, Clefairy is just as frustrating to play as Golbat is, so it's kind of a stalemate. God, I am going to persevere here, though. That's if Golbat can even do this. Oh, of course, it hits 3 times. Okay, finally. Alright, yeah, we are changing Pokemon, definitely. Nidoking needs to level up a couple of levels, so... I think I'm over-leveled. Oh my god, Sing again. Yeah, I'm probably over-leveled a little bit. That's why I'm trying to bring in Golbat to distribute the XP. Alright, let's go back and heal Golbat, why not? But like I said, it shouldn't take too long. I think the route between here and the next city is not that long. Okay. This might be a hiker dude, maybe? Rock type. Or maybe not. Not sure. No, it's a gambler. Growlithe, level 24. Let's see what we can do. So I have Supersonic already. Does that not do the same thing? Or is it that Confuse Ray, I think, is guaranteed to land or to hit? I think that might be the difference. But yeah, Golbat did great there. Actually might be a viable option. I was kind of uncertain about whether Golbat would be effective or not. Although they're always difficult or awkward to play or to battle when you come up against them, so kind of makes sense to have one. Okay, so we need to use Cut here. Okay, we have some grass. Let's check the old Bulbapedia and see what Pokemon are available. Right, Kanto Route 8. So you can get Abra and Kadabra, that's cool. Jigglypuff, Rattata, Pidgey. Alright, so nothing that we need. Alright, Super Nerd. It's always nice when they put you in the game. Alright, so Confuse Ray. I do like the sprite for Grimer. Oh, disable Leech Life, that's okay. Although I think I'm just gonna check my chart. Would Bug be super effective against poison? Let's see, type chart Gen 1. Yes, it is super effective against poison. So Golbat might be really useful against Team Rocket if they have a lot of coughing, Ekans, Grimer, that type of thing. Alright, let's go. Okay, Golbat is actually doing okay here. Okay, let's see the sprite for Muck. Okay, not as good. It's still cool though, but I think the Grimer one is better. Can I use Leech Life against Muck? Or is it disabled for the duration of the game? Or the battle? Yeah, it's disabled, okay. Yeah, Confusion is such an OP move. Oh, it's disabled, oh shit. Oh no, it's not, never mind. Does that mean you can use it anytime? Oh no, it's not disabled, okay. I mean, if I can get Golbat up to level like 26 or 7, I'd be really happy with that. Just to have 4 Pokemon on a similar level, that's the goal. I think that's the way I play Pokemon. And then I like to have 2 slots available for swapping in and out and experimenting with different Pokemon. But the pool of poison type Pokemon is quite small, so it's going to be limited. I guess Bellsprout is an option. I did have a chart actually of, let me just bring that up real quick, of Pokemon, of poison type Pokemon, sorry. Yeah, so you can get Ekans, Arbok, they're not in yellow I don't think, in the wild. Zubat, Oddish, Venonat is an option, Bellsprout, Tentacool, Grimer, Muck, Ghastly and Haunter obviously. Yeah, Weezing, which I don't think is in the game either. But yeah, really we're looking at Venonat, Ghastly and Bellsprout. So, oh wow, look at this. You do look silly there, standing like that. Alright, last ones to fight. Okay, how many confused rays? 4 confused rays. It's cool because when I replay Gen 2 or 3 again, I might be more open to catching a Zubat, because I've traditionally just kind of ignored. Okay, level 25, okay. Yeah, I've traditionally just ignored Zubats. Never really thought it would be cool, and of course you can get Crobat in the later games as well, so the third evolution. And of course Golbat is split type flying, so fighting moves won't be very effective. So actually, now that I think about it, is the next gym a fighting gym? Because Golbat could be really useful. I think the next gym is a fighting gym, if my memory is correct. I know Sabrina is... yeah, Sabrina's in Saffron, right? Somewhere. So that will be Psychic, but I don't know who is the fighting type leader. Yeah, this is good XP for Golbat. I mentioned it before, but Gen 1, the XP seems to be very generously distributed, because for me to be able to have, you know, 4 Pokemon like nearing level 30 at this point by just battling trainers alone, like I haven't battled once in the wild for XP. There's quite a lot of XP, or the amount of XP required to level up is more forgiving than in the later games, because it feels like you have to grind a lot more to level up in Gold, and certainly in Ruby in Gen 3. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe it's just a neutral thing. I think it's nice, I suppose, to be able to just play through the game and not worry about, oh, it's going to take me forever to level up. But having said that, I think it works in 3 for it to be more difficult, because it's a larger map, so it won't get boring. You know, you've always places to explore, and they do offer certain the kind of optional areas that you can check out that have more trainers and stuff. So it does encourage you to explore the map more. So I think that's actually beneficial in Gen 3. So it is game dependent. But certainly you could say Gen 1 is easier because you can build up a strong team relatively quickly. I'm sure people who are like into the stats and the science behind it, of the algorithms and the, well, not the algorithms, but how the games are coded or whatever, would probably have more insight into that. But just from my general kind of experience of playing the games, at least that's how it seems to pan out. Even Bite is doing quite a lot of damage without Confuse Ray. And you get that flinch opportunity as well, so very nice. Level 26. Is that 3 levels I've gone up in the last couple of battles? That's like ridiculous. I'll have to start thinking about a 5th Pokemon at this rate. Okay, so let's try Leech Life here. So it's a little bit like Absorb, right? Except I think it's like a field spell. It works turn after turn, right? Oh no, maybe not. I mean, I guess back in the day, one might have skipped a lot of these battles, so maybe the game might have felt actually less forgiving in terms of the XP because you didn't take on all the trainers on offer. Maybe. I must see about investing in one of those. You can actually get a port for your PC, so you can put Game Boy cartridges into the port and it will read the ROM, or I'm not sure if you open it in an emulator. I guess you might, right? I don't know how it works, but it's basically like a Game Boy port that you can insert your cartridges. I say that because I have a bootleg Game Boy cart with like 50 games or 100 games on it or something. A lot of them probably bootleg games, so that could be interesting to flick through as a kind of a historical kind of curiosity or whatever, because I must have got it in the early 2000s. So I must have a look about that. Maybe Amazon, I don't know, might have something like that. eBay maybe, and then I'd always like an EverDrive cart as well for Sega Mega Drive, for NES and stuff, because you could basically just, at some point I would like to do that, to play, I just play ROMs, but you could play it on the original system. That's another potential kind of workaround for my, I mean at the moment I don't emulate stuff I don't own. Just as a kind of a personal principle, I've spoken about that before on the channel, but I don't mind emulating prototypes or anything that's kind of obscure, right? Okay, this is actually a trainer. But I suppose if I actually invested, see, here's the thing, that's on PC, so I'd feel bad kind of emulating just hundreds of NES games on PC. But having said that, if I had an EverDrive cart on the original, I do have the original system, then I could think about it, because okay, I'm emulating licensed games that I don't own, but at least it's the authentic experience, right? So it kind of compensates a little bit. In my head anyway, that's just how I think about it. But or even just to play homebrews on the original system, that could even be interesting. Although having said that, emulation on PC is amazing and the quality is unbelievable. Even with this, like, this is Pokemon Yellow, 60 FPS, although I'm recording in 30, but it's a perfect representation of the game. So I don't know if I'd, you know, move down from that to a lower quality by using the original hardware. I'm doing that with Silent Hill 2 at the moment. I'm playing it on PS2 on original hardware, and the quality's not amazing. I have tweaked it a bit with some sharpening and stuff, but I am sacrificing some quality to get that authentic experience. But like, yeah, I could easily emulate that, right, on PC, and it would be in much higher quality, probably 1080p, certainly. Oh nice, we've Poliwhirl, interesting. But yeah, it's all up in the air in terms of, you know, original hardware versus emulation, playing games you own versus playing licensed games you don't own, etc. I tend to, like I said, I tend to fall on the side of emulating games I own and occasionally playing games I own also on original hardware. But the unifying force there is I own all of the games I play, or I access them legitimately. That's basically it. But yeah, I do see channels who will use the EverDrive SD card just to play anything on the original system. So yeah, it's something to think about, I think. They're not easy to find though, those EverDrive carts. And also, like, this is another thing I need to think about, is an upscaler. So you could actually use a PS2 or PS1 or an NES, and you could actually get a HD image, or as close to, into your capture card. But at the moment I don't have an upscaler, so when I'm capturing PS2, it's 480p. That's the best I'm gonna get. It's not great, but I wonder if it's possible to get a, because I think the actual game discs, the PS2 game discs, have the capability of displaying HD images. I think it's just that the PS2 is limited in its hardware. So yeah, I'm not sure. That's something I need to research more about, if that makes sense. But yeah, for the moment I'm just capturing original hardware, or I'm emulating stuff like this. Basically, I'm emulating a ROM of Yellow, and it looks great. I suppose some people might say, okay, I've no attacks left. Yeah, some people would probably suggest just play what you want to play. It's fine. But I do like having some kind of a guiding principle. Alright, let's swap out here for Nidoking. See, a big part of it as well, in general, is just I don't like having access to too much stuff. I think it takes the soul out of it. I like having a smaller pool of games to choose from, because I think I'll be more attentive about which games I pick and which games I commit to, and I don't want to be able to just play anything. Same with movies and music and stuff. I just don't want to be able to consume anything anytime for free. I don't like that. It sounds enticing, but I think it actually undermines the whole experience. I think it's better buying a game. You've committed to it. You've invested in the art in some way. You've engaged with it, you know? If that makes sense. And let's see. That's probably why I wouldn't be too keen on using the EverDrive carts, because you just put every like NES ROM on it, for example, or every Game Boy ROM. I mean, I haven't really invested in those games. If anything, I'd be only trialing them for a few minutes, and I wouldn't feel any care or attention towards them. You know, it would feel quite disposable, and I don't want it to feel that way. So here we are. We're emulating a ROM of a game I own. That's basically the long way of explaining that. Right, so you can't go to Saffron. So you must go through the underground path. Oh, I think as well we can buy an evolutionary stone in the department store for Gloom. So we could have a Vileplume in this episode as well. Right, so one thing I do want to check before we move on, are there any items in this tunnel? I'm just going to check my trusty world map here. Alright, so the underground path. Let's see, yes. There is a nugget and an elixir. So there's a nugget somewhere here, or maybe, no, sorry, there's an elixir here somewhere. Alright, okay, we got that. And the nugget is up here somewhere. If I didn't use that map, you would never find these things. Okay, let's see. Am I in the right place here? Okay, I think it's actually down a cell here. Alright, I think we can sell that for gold. Oh yeah, we have to clear the Snorlax as well. That will open the path back to Cerulean, I think, is it? I'm still trying to remember the city names. It's been a long time since I've played these games. So when we clear Snorlax, let's see. I think, no, it's not Cerulean. Where is that Snorlax path? Oh yeah, it's Vermilion, right? Yeah, so it'll open up Vermilion, Lavender Town and Vermilion, right, okay. Okay, this is Route 7, I think. So let me see if there's any Pokemon we should be aware of. Nope, it's the same as Route 8. So, is this where we just came out of? Yeah. Okay. Maybe it is Sabrina, actually. Wait. So where am I now? Hold on. Oh yeah, I must remember that I have a bicycle as well. Okay, the cycling road, interesting. Okay, okay, let me just check something real quick. So, is this open here? Is this a, oh, it is. Alright, so, yeah, the guards won't let you buy just yet. Alright, so where are we? Is this Celadon or Saffron? Celadon. Okay, right. So we're in Celadon. Interesting. So let's see what this rocket grunt has to say. Okay, fair enough. So I do want to find a store to sell that nugget. Let me just check my map for 1 second. Alright, yeah, so the rocket hideout is in this city, in the game corner. And yeah, we've Celadon Gym, which is grass type. Right, okay. Alright, so let's explore Celadon, Celadon City before we take on the gym. Okay, so he's teasing the, or suggesting the evolutionary stones. Alright, Celadon Mansion. Hold on, did he suggest I should take more care? You have an adorable Pikachu with you. Why don't you take more care with Pikachu? Okay. Oh dear. Pokemon's actually blocked my exit. Alright, there we go. I think that would be called soft locked or something, right? If I was stuck there. Oh, do you know what? I'm trying to think. This area, is this... Did Team Rocket take over this area at some point? Alright, okay, so we've all the game devs. Interesting. Okay, so where is the department store? Here it is, here. Alright, so we have some TMs here. Let's see what I can sell first. I think we can buy Pokemon in the game corner as well, so okay, I think I can use that HP up as well. So yeah, I'm gonna have to check what those TMs are, so I can check that on the Bulbapedia. So let's use that, and let's see. Alright, so right cashier. Takedown, Mega Punch, Horn Drill, Reflect. So Razor Wind we can actually teach to Golbat. So you've Horn Drill, Mega Punch, Takedown. Let's see. Because Bite is going to run out of PP a lot, so I need a backup. I can get rid of Supersonic as well, so it can learn Razor Wind, Takedown, which is better, and it has 20 PP. And let's see. Okay, so we want to buy TM09 for Golbat. I think. Am I right? Yeah, it should be 3,000. So this deals quite a bit of damage, 90 damage, so it's decent. Yeah, Golbat. Okay, nice. So what about Gloom? Maybe Razor Wind? Say we have Egg Bomb. What does that do? So just a bit of housekeeping here for a second, if you bear with me. But yeah, I'll be timestamping the episode like all of my Pokemon episodes, so you can navigate through the episode at your leisure. Right, so Gloom can also learn Takedown, which is it's only 85% accuracy though, so maybe it's not the best. Okay, no, I think we're good for the minute. Let me just check. Yeah, should be fine for the minute. Although, maybe... No, I think we're good. We're good. Okay, let's see. Let's go up another level. Alright, TM18. What's that? Let's check it out. Okay, counter. What does counter do? Okay, deals double the attack from the opponent's last move that they used. Okay, that could be interesting. I think it's a fighting type move. Possibly something for Nidoking, maybe? Fighting type, yeah, interesting. Let's hold on to it for the minute. Oh nice, we have an SNES, is it? Or an NES? An SNES, cool. Okay, so maybe, is this where you buy the leaf stone, maybe? Yes. So you can get firestone, thunderstone, waterstone, and leaf stone. Nice. And they're quite cheap as well. I have so much cash. Okay, let's evolve. Yeah, let's do it. Awesome. I do like Vileplume is one of my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon. It's so cool. Let's see what the sprite is like. Awesome. Yes. Okay, so does Vileplume learn anything different than Gloom? Hopefully so. I guess not. It actually doesn't learn an awful lot. It's actually worse. Although it says it should learn Petal Dance. Maybe that'll happen as soon as it levels up. So let's see. Yeah, hopefully it does. Yeah, Petal Dance is a grass move that does 70 damage, so we kind of need that. Yeah, we can check out some of those things later on, maybe towards the end game. For the moment, I think I'm sorted. For the moment, I think I'm pretty strong. Okay, so is this what we need for the guards? We need some lemonade or water, maybe? Let's buy just one of each. Or let's just buy 2 waters, maybe, and see if that helps. Alright, nice. Ice Beam. Awesome. I don't think anybody is going to be able to learn that though. Alright, Nidoking and of course Nidoking and Nidoqueen can learn that. Let's check out their learn sets. I think it's pretty full at the moment. So I guess, yeah, poison. I guess Poison Sting can go. I need to keep room for a Surf as well. I'm going to hold on to it just for the moment. Don't want to use up all my TMs. But yeah, I think Ice Beam for Nido King could be quite cool. Right, so that's the department store. Just a bit of housekeeping there. Quite a lot happening. So many items. So let's head out and see what else is around. So we've checked out the mansion, the department store. So the game corner, okay, she's not impressed with the game corner. This guy gambled all his money away. So let me just check on the time here. 46. Okay, let's just see. We will explore more and then take on the gym and see where we stand. What are you staring at? Okay. Alright, so he basically tells us about the rocket hideout. Okay, so we got the coin case. Awesome. So yeah, I suppose as a moral position, you probably shouldn't buy the Pokemon in the game corner because they're smuggled in by Team Rocket. Okay, I totally missed what he said. Don't touch the poster at the game corner. There's no secret switch behind it. Okay. Okay, so it's all pointing to the game corner. Is this like a travel guide or like a tourist information center? Why did she bring her brother? What does he mean? Right, okay. A hotel, okay. We're full up. Actually, that ice beam might be useful against grass type, right? Alright, so this is where the gym is, right? Yes, it is. Jesus. He's not creepy at all. Alright, so we've Erica. Erica is cool. There's a lot of cool Pokemon art cards featuring Erica. Erica's invitation is very cool art. Right, so let me just see. Have we checked out everything in the city? Don't need to go to the game corner just yet. Prize exchange. Is this all the same building? Oh, that's for the coin exchange, and that's the actual game corner. Let me just check my world maps, just to make sure we've covered everything. Alright, so the gym beckons. Right, so let's teach Ice Beam to Nidoking. Even the fact that they give you that in the department store is OP because it gives you an advantage against the against Erica. I mean, I'm assuming ice is super effective against grass. Yeah, it sure is. So that's where we are headed. So it's down here, right? So yeah, I think I'm making good progress in general. I think for the runtime so far on the gameplay or the playthrough, I think we're just where we should be in terms of game progress. So I'm happy enough with that. Obviously the Team Rocket stuff adds a kind of a secondary narrative, so we do need to take that on as well. Or take Team Rocket on. Okay, so let's get through this gym. Let's see if Golbat can do anything. Just for these few trainers. Okay, paralyzed. Good old Weeping Bell, featured in my Pokemon Gold playthrough. I do like Weeping Bell, very cool Pokemon. Alright, so is this just got to keep... Alright, this is not good. Let's use... We need to sort out that paralysis. So yeah, what I might do is once we've completed the gym and defeated Erica, I'm going to check to see how extensive the Rocket Hideout is. I can't quite remember. If it's only a couple of floors, I'm going to keep going, I think, and take it on in this episode. Because it might only take like 20 minutes, so... Okay, Golbat level 28, let's go. Do I need to heal? Yeah, that should be fine, I think. But yeah, let's see what happens. This should be fine, I think, this gym battle, so... I just need to check out. I don't know if... I don't want to take on like a million Rocket Grunts at this point in the episode, but if there's not many, I will continue on. Oh yeah, let's try takedown maybe. Yeah, decent move. Oh, you take recoil damage though. It's a good option though, instead of relying on bite all the time. Although bite is my preferred because you can get a there's a chance of flinch. Alright. And takedown, the accuracy is not great, it's 85%. Alright, let's swap out for Nidoking, I think. Oh, these are trainers here, right? There's no point in using Vileplume, I don't think. They're just going to cancel each other out, so... Let's see what Ice Beam can do. Oh, nice. Bulbasaur. Okay, only 10 PP, so it's going to be limited. Limited use. But again, potentially a huge move in the Elite Four stage. It's kind of crazy that Nidoking can learn Ice Beam. See, Nidoking and Nidoqueen, I guess, like, maybe I should have had the stipulation to only pick one of them, because it's basically like having two starter Pokemon. Although they're fair game, they're both wild, caught in the wild, so... But yeah, they're awesome. They can learn so many moves, very versatile in that regard. Okay, Erica's there. Do I need to take on all three trainers standing next to her? I guess I do. Yeah, no real issues at this point. So yeah, when I say it's not really a challenge, right? It's just a kind of a narrative thing, but so far it's looking like you can play through the game with poison type only, although they're dual type, right? But whatever. Let's see how confident I am against Sabrina and against the Elite Four, so maybe not as confident. The Pokemon Center is so far away from the gym. Okay, here it is. Although, poison is also super effective against grass. So Vileplume could be used to get some XP. So let's try that, because I have It Knows Acid. So that should be super effective. So yeah, if you're following along with the playthrough and you're enjoying it, be sure to drop a like. Again, I need to get better at plugging that at the start of the episode, but drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, because I'm aiming for 500 subs so I can unlock some cool stuff, emojis and memberships and things like that. So let's see if we can get to 500. I think we've just surpassed 400, so let's see if we can keep that rolling, keep it going. I know a lot of those subscribers are Pokemon fans, so be sure to get involved and drop a comment. You know, your reaction to the episode, if there's anything that caught your attention, if you've any advice or just memories of playing the game, you know, share that in the comment section. Alright, let's see what we have here. Oh, okay. Straight in. Girl power, okay. Okay, cool trainer wants to fight. Weeping Bell. Level 24. Like, yeah, again, I'm quite over leveled. Okay, stun spore, that's not good. Let's see the Vileplume sprite from this angle. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Oh, it's not for, of course, because it's not just grass, it's split poison. Okay, awesome. So Vileplume is viable as well. It can frustrate grass poison types. Alright, so let's see what Vileplume can do here. Probably more Bellsprouts, Bulbasaurs, that type of thing maybe. Gloom. Okay, Beauty sent out Execute. Okay, Execute might know Confusion. So this might be tricky. Let's try Sleep Powder. Nice. Okay, a hit. I don't think the poison type move, that's not going to do much here because I think Execute is split Psychic. So that's not going to work. Alright, nice. That worked out. Level 30. Awesome. Okay. I'm really happy with how the team is shaping up. Yeah, this is all good XP as well, because, you know, Vileplume needed to just go up maybe 1 or 2 levels. Okay, now I'm asleep. But yeah, the amount of XP is so generous. It makes my job very easy in terms of building up a strong enough team to get through the game. So yeah, if I wasn't doing this challenge, we would have Pikachu, we would have Bulbasaur, we would have Charmander. It would be ridiculous. So it's just it's a fun playthrough, and it's not too challenging at all, you know, which is nice. I think it's a nice change of pace. Although none of them have been really. I think, yeah, maybe my Gen 3 challenge where I used only early route Pokemon, I think that was probably the most challenging challenge, if that makes sense. So let's just, yeah, I'm going to just run back to the Pokemon Center, unless I can, yeah, let's just do that. But yeah, as I said, let's see how confident I am as the game progresses. So yeah, I think once you defeat the Team Rocket in their hideout, you have to go back to the Pokemon Tower. And I think you have to defeat... Is Giovanni there? Not sure, but you have to finish your showdown with Team Rocket in the Pokemon Tower. I'm pretty sure of that. Right, let's just run with Nidoking, I think. Look at that squad, it's so good. 28, 30, 31, 32. Very balanced. There's no Pokemon like running away with all the XP, which is kind of what I wanted. So yeah, for those who might be interested, I'm playing this with a USB Sega Mega Drive controller. You can buy them on Amazon, very, very good. I think it's like 20 quid, maybe 15 quid. And I'm using the MGBA emulator, which I think is the best. I think it's the best quality in terms of how it runs the ROMs and the settings and everything. It's really, really good. So that's how I would recommend playing Pokemon on use MGBA, the emulator on PC, and get yourself a decent USB retro controller if you can. And you can map your buttons and stuff like that. Okay, let's dive into this battle with Erica. The art of flower arranging. Although, okay, level 30, okay. That's a bit more like it, in terms of... It's basically matching my team. Okay, no issues here. Yeah, dropping Ice Beam like that is, it's OP. Weeping Bell, and what's her... I'm not sure what her final Pokemon is, actually. Okay, Stun Spore didn't land. Right, that's Weeping Bell gone, so who have we got now? Gloom? It's the final Pokemon, really? Okay, I guess. Okay, we're asleep. I think I'll just wait it out, to be honest. Okay, maybe Nidoking might actually perish here. Yeah, I think so. Okay, let's send a Golbat. Let's see what you can do. Takedown? Okay, nice. That worked out, and Golbat leveled up, so awesome. Okay, up to level 50. Okay. So you can use Strength and Mega Drain. So we will be... I think we will be teaching that to Vileplume. Although maybe I should wait until Vileplume levels up. Oh no, it did level up and it didn't learn anything new, so... I think Mega Drain instead of Absorb. And I think if you pick up Solar Beam, at some point I can replace Mega Drain with that. Okay, awesome. So let's go back and heal, and I think I'll just save the game then. And like I said, I'm going to check to see what we're up against with the Rocket Hideout. And I will make a decision whether to continue and do that in this episode. But yeah, that was fine, no issues there. Nice to have another badge. So we now have, yeah, 4 badges. So yeah, halfway, nice. Okay, so I did a lot there, so I need to save it just to be on the safe side. Alright, so I'm going to pause it for 1 second. Okay, let's continue on here. And yeah, we will take on the Rocket Hideout. So I need to actually return to the department store to buy another water for the gatekeepers. So let's take the elevator. So I think you can also get an Eevee from the Pokemon Mansion, so we will do that just to see what happens. Alright, so yeah, we were here already, so let's continue up to the vending machine. Yeah, so this will open up the routes to Saffron, I think. And yeah, basically all the routes that were blocked by the gatekeepers or the guards. So yeah, I think if you go up, if you enter the Pokemon Mansion from the back, so you can go around this way. And yeah, you can get, I think this is where you can get Eevee. Again, pretty OP. I mean, you could have one of the evolutions at this point as well, on top of Bulbasaur, Charmander, Pikachu, etc. Okay, it's a pity that there's no evolution that has poison. So we will be storing Eevee in the PC. I just thought I'd do that just so those watching can see how to get Eevee, I guess. Alright, so I'm just going to run to the Pokemon Center and store Eevee in the PC. And then I think, yeah, all we have to do is go to the Game Center to check out the Rocket Hideout. Deposit Pokemon. Okay, so we have the coin case. So I think, yeah, we can go to the game corner, I think. So, okay, there's coins and stuff dotted around the game corner. But yeah, let's confront Team Rocket. So yeah, you can find coins and stuff scattered around the floor, and you can play the vending machine, not vending machines, the slot machines and stuff like that. Again, I'm probably going to be over leveled for most of these encounters, but should be fine. So yeah, I think Giovanni's actually in the hideout. Right, let's run with Golbat. Let's try and get Golbat to level 32. So let me see, how many floors are there? There's 4 floors, not including this one, so let's see if we can make it through in good time. So there is an escape rope to be found here, and some of the areas are actually blocked off until we open the security barriers. Yeah, we can continue against Machop. He's fighting, so he's not going to be very good against us. At least I thought he wasn't, although maybe that's a normal type of move, Karate Chop. Alright, so yeah, you can see the security door here is shut. Let me just make sure I'm recording and everything looks good. Yeah, I think everything looks alright. So we will be taking on all the trainers in here just to get the XP. Could be quite a long episode actually, but Be nice to clear Celadon and Rocket's hideout. Alright, that's Golbat down. I think I have a revive anyway, so... So many critical hits from Eradicate. Maybe that's what... Maybe Quick Attack is more likely to get a critical hit. Alright, we flinched. It's not good. Yeah, critical hit again. Yeah, is it an automatic critical hit? It's kind of crazy if it is, but... Alright, Vileplume leveled up. Let's go. Okay. So let's clear this floor anyway, and then... I mean, I could probably go back and heal. So I can't access anywhere else just yet. Okay, let's just use items here to save us the trip. So let's revive Golbat. And I have potions for Vileplume. Oh no, I did not mean to use that. Super potion. Okay, so let me just check. This is basement floor 1. Oh no, sorry, this is actually basement floor 2. So there are some puzzles. There's actually only one grunt here, I think. Alright, let's see what we can do. So we can take on this grunt, and I think the maze will just bring us to another ladder that brings us back up to somewhere. I actually don't know where it brings you. Possibly the area in the floor above that was blocked off by the barriers. Yeah, these are all kind of low level, so no major issues here. Although Eradicate seems to be tricky because it attacks very quickly. Yeah, it has high speed. I mean, the only problem with takedown is that the recoil, so you have to keep using potions. But it deals quite a lot of damage, so... Okay, so all of my top 4, or my only 4, are all 30 or above now, which is nice. Right, so this will bring me to the next level. And there's also a puzzle on the next level. Alright, let's see what we can do here. I don't know if that's slowdown or is it just... Is that the speed it's supposed to... Yeah, I think that's meant to be... This is the speed that's supposed to happen. So I can go up here now, right? Oh no, I can't. Never mind. But I can do this. Alright, so we can sell that for more gold, more coin. Okay, yet another moonstone. So this should bring us here. And we can get this item. TM07. So many TMs. Horn drill. Obviously. Needle King. And Vile Plume actually. Oh no, sorry. Just the Needle evolutions. So there's one more item. I don't even know. Let's go this way, I guess. Or maybe not. Let's go this way. Okay, I think this is the right path. There's the item. Yeah, so I have to take here. Okay, awesome. So I think that's everything in this section. Yeah, although... I'm not sure if I can actually progress. Okay, that was the wrong move. It takes so long. It's crazy. Alright, so this is how you access the lower door, but I don't know if it's going to be open. Right, yeah, you need the key. I mean, right, so where am I now? This is what I can't understand. Alright, okay, this is the section you couldn't access from floor 1. Finally outpaced Radicate. Okay, I did mean to use Bite there, but... like, so many critical hits. That must be some kind of a special ability or something. I mean, to land a critical hit with Tackle is kind of crazy. Let's swap out to Vileplume. So yeah, I think you find Solar Beam in this section as well, so I can probably just erase Mega Drain straight away. So it's a bit of a waste, but it's fine. Quick Attack is OP. I joke, it's not really, but... alright, okay. So yeah, you can basically just access these restricted areas by going through the puzzle areas, basically. Okay, what don't I need? Okay, I have a rare candy. Coin case, nugget. Right, I need to do some item inventory management here. I mean, I should have just stayed there, but whatever. So the TMs can go into the PC. That's Horn Drill, I think. What was TM18? That's what I cannot remember. Oh yeah, Counter. Probably a decent move, actually. It's fighting type as well. Okay, so let's head back. Although I need to sell the nugget. I might actually sell this great ball as well, just to make space. I can buy more if I need them. So much cash, it's crazy. Alright, let's head back in. Try and make some headway here. The only downside with the earlier, because this is an older game, I do find it takes a while to navigate and to go through your inventory and to go through the puzzles and stuff. It's a little bit of a slower pace, right? So patience is required. Right, so I just thought I'd actually cover this in this episode because it made sense while I was in Celadon, and I didn't want to split episodes. I kind of just felt like yeah, this kind of needed to be in episode 7, which is where we are. Well, I mean, it didn't have to be in episode 7 specifically, but after defeating Erica, it felt appropriate to keep it going. Again, I probably would have skipped a lot of these trainers back in the day when I was younger playing this. Okay, yeah, takedown is prone to a miss. Yeah, I should probably use bite more often because it doesn't hit me with recoil. Yeah, so I think if I take... yeah, this will bring me back to the start. Okay, nice. Alright, so we have to go down. This is going to be floor 3. Basement floor 3. Yeah, pretty straightforward here. So there's another maze, and then you find the ladder or stairs down to basement floor 4. Okay, takedown seems to miss a lot on the first go anyway. Okay, there's the double miss. Okay. Eventually it hits. My opponents are getting a lot of critical hits, which I don't like. I might swap in Nido Queen for for a change. I haven't used Nidoqueen at all in this episode, I think. So let's do that. Okay, there's an item here. And another TM. Double edge. I don't even know if that's a is that a damage move? Yeah, it deals damage, but it takes 1/3 of the damage inflicted in recoil. So it's a little bit like takedown. Let's see, Gen 1. Okay, in Gen 1 it takes 1/4 of the damage. I think it does 120 damage though. That's kind of crazy. Okay. I'll keep it and I'll store it in the PC whenever I get that far. Okay, so there is a rare candy on offer here. And there's also a hidden nugget that we missed. So let's see if we can find it. I believe it's like here. Yeah. I suppose you could find these items if you use the... Is it the item finder? But yeah, so let's see. That's the rare candy just there. Okay, that wasn't too difficult. Okay, where do I go now? Okay, back this way. Alright, that didn't work. Aha, this is where we should be. Okay, I think we've made it through 3 floors now at this point, so there's not much more to do here. I was expecting this to take quite a while, but it's not too bad. Alright, Nidoqueen levels up straight away. Alright. Nidoqueen is OP as well. Everything's OP, apparently. Okay. Right, so this is basement floor 4. Okay, yet another TM. It's kind of crazy. Razor Wind, okay. Golbat can learn that. Right, so is it better than Takedown? because the accuracy is not great on takedown and the recoil is kind of putting me off keeping it. Razor Wind, 75% accuracy and there's only 10 pp. No, we're going to keep takedown. Okay, my item bag is probably quite full at this point. See, I wonder, are you supposed to take on the hideout before the gym? Because the levels are very low in comparison to my levels, although in the guide I'm kind of using as a reference, I think it comes after the gym anyway. Right, we got the lift key. So yeah, I don't think it matters what order you do it in. Right, let's use that HP up straight away to make space. Alright, let me see any hidden items. Let me just check my world map. There is an item. No, I think we're good. We're going to have to go back to the elevator though, in the first floor. First or second floor, I can't quite remember. So just up one and then it's, let me see, yeah, it's just there. So is it this way? I'm hoping that Giovanni has a cool Pokemon to use as the thumbnail, maybe Persian or something. I assume Persian. Right, so basement floor 2, I guess. So where does this just bring me where I was already? Yeah, I think this is where I was already. So what if you go to basement floor 1? Okay, that's locked. Let's just clear this guy. So yeah, a bit of a longer episode this week, but got so much done, so it'll just open up the game now to it'll open up the map actually, which is the major thing, the main thing, so we can just continue on and it'll feel a little bit more linear. There's always the same thing happens in gold. There's a kind of a midpoint where you're taking on Team Rocket and you kind of get caught up in trainer battles and stuff, but once you clear all of that, the game kind of opens up quite nicely, so that's why it was important to cover this section. Okay, that opened. Interesting. I was not expecting that. Okay, so I already took him on, okay. Okay, who have we here? Jesse and James again. It's payback time. Double trouble. Of course it missed. I'm trying to think of the lyrics of the Team Rocket song. It's prepare for trouble and make it double, to protect the world from devastation, to unite all peoples within our nation. So that's my rendition of the Team Rocket song. I'm trying to think, what is the song? What is it called? Is it just called Double Trouble? I think it's just called Double Trouble, yeah. Okay, level 34. It's crazy. Let's swap to Nidoking. I can't remember if you have to take on Jesse and James, or is it just the combined forces of Jesse and James. I'm not sure. Okay, leveled up again. This is crazy. Alright, so trash just keeps on going, a bit like rollout. It can cause confusion though, I think, when it runs out. So it is the combined forces of Jesse and James. Team Rocket's blasting off again, yes. Right, so let me just check this floor for items real quick. So there's iron. Should be iron somewhere. I was more so looking for hidden items, but anyway. Let's use that iron. Who needs it? Let's just give it to Vileplume, whatever. Okay, so we have Giovanni here, right? Right, let's get a screenshot for our thumbnail. So I think he's going to give us the item that reveals the ghost as Cubone in the Pokemon Tower. Alright, we have Onyx. So luckily we have double kick. Okay, Rhyhorn. Potentially a cool thumbnail. As a backup, if my prediction is wrong, that the the third Pokemon is Persian. I mean, Vileplume probably would have been decent here. Aha, it is Persian. Nice. Let's swap to... Let's just keep Nidoking. You gotta have Persian with Giovanni on the thumbnail, definitely. So level 29, I'm only I'm a couple of levels above, but not like to the point where it feels cheesy. So yeah, not too bad. Alright, okay, so we defeated Giovanni. I like that you treat Pokemon with care, so you wouldn't understand what I'm doing. Just revealing himself as a kind of a criminal, basically. Okay. So that's... yeah, we've cleared here, right? So we can use the escape rope. Well, I didn't need to do that, but... alright, so we have... let me see... what's it called? The Sylph Scope. Yeah, we have the Sylph Scope, so that will unlock the top floor of the Pokemon Tower. So I'm not going to do that in this episode. But in the next episode I will do that. And I think is that Team Rocket dealt with then? Possibly, but... yeah, that was quite a long episode. So I'm just going to do a double save here. So just over 11.5 hours. 4 badges. So maybe, yeah, about halfway maybe. Let's just double save. Let's see, I'm just going to check my guide to make sure I'm not missing anything. So you can pass through Saffron on the way back to the Pokemon Tower. Or you can take the underground path. So yeah, there's going to be a rival battle. And yeah, okay, so that opens things up quite nicely. So yeah, that was episode 7, right? Yeah, episode 7 of the Pokemon Yellow Poison type only playthrough. So yeah, get involved in the comments and thanks very much for watching.